Hey guys, welcome back. It is sending in PSA cards, or cards to the PSA, yet again. We're going to have quite a few of these episodes. If you're new to this series, they take a little bit longer. Granted, I would say a lot of my videos go on some endless rants, but these videos take a little bit longer because we'll actually be exploring deeper onto a specific 20 cards. I break it down to 20. One, it helps keep the videos a little bit tighter knit in terms of time, and then also in terms of it helps me with tracking 20 cards at a time when I send stuff in. Granted, we are waiting for December to end due to heavy mail volume, and we'll send probably 100 plus PSA cards at once into the PSA. Now, also, if you're wondering why do I have this over to the side, so we'll be doing this in a later video. We're going to attempt to break this case open without damaging this card. Now, you're probably wondering why. Well, there's a gigantic crack on the case, and there is some scratches on the case, and although it's a beautiful card, and the card is undamaged at all from the damages on the case, people will generally actually walk by this and go, oh, there's a crack on the case. Granted, that is part of getting a card graded. Now, the other issue is this is not PSA or BGS. This is another company that I've only heard of by getting this one. It's mintgrading.com. I don't know where they've kind of fall in the scale of, importantness. And I can send stuff in as a reholder to the PSA and have them just grade it straight out from one holder to their holder. Here are some issues I have with that. One, the time. It's much longer. It's 88 business days versus 40 business days for just a standard econ service. So, one, time. Two, now the cost is about the same, so that's not really the issue. But my other issue that I have is I fear that even though we know this card is a 10, at least by this, grading company, that the PSA is probably going to go, well, these guys, we're held to a higher standard. We're going to make sure our standards are held. And they may give it a PSA 9 just based on the fact that this was a Gem Mint 10 by Mint Grading. So, that is the reason why we're going to break this out of the case. Now, the issue that I have with this case is straight, tight as can be around this card. So it is going to be a little difficult. We're going to make some attempts. Now, this isn't for this video. This is for a later video. So look out for that video if you want to see us break open and hopefully not damage or destroy apparently a Gem Mint 10 Ancient Mew. This is the American version because it has a thicker border, and it's the 2000 promo. It does not have the spelling error, the Nintendo. I have not been able to catch that spelling error at all. Has a ton of speckle though. That's pretty nice. Big little swirl right there, but that's beyond the point. That's just announcing eventually we're going to post that video of us slicing this open. And, then what we're going to do actually, what I failed to mention, in a previous PSA video, we actually came across a fantastic original fossil Japanese Mew holographic, which should come back at 10 regardless of who grades it. On top of that, it's a misprint on its forehead. Now that card specifically, we're going to send to the BGS instead of the PSA. Because apparently the PSA will count against that misprint against its grade, while the BGS, we hope, will not. And because the card is also absolutely the most perfect card we've ever seen, and we've had PSA 10s on this channel at the start of this channel by like episode 3 that we bought. This card, this Fossil Mew, is absolutely 100% perfect. We expect it to possibly pull the BGS Black Label 10, along with it being a misprint. It will be a one-of-one pop, and there will be no way of... We're probably going to take this card not to eBay. We're probably going to take that card, once we get it back graded, to probably one of the high-end auction places, or maybe even through PWCC, but not just eBay. We want some sort of advertisement on that card, because just a standard Fossil PSA 10 Mew goes for over $2,000. If we get a BGS Black Label 10, now we're talking $5 to $10,000 for that card. And then if it comes back with that misprint labeled, we're talking $20 to $50,000 for that card. Sounds like an over-exaggeration, but that card's already hunted down pretty hard. It would be a one-of-one pop if all that thing gets labeled and the rating comes back the way we need it to. Moving on, though, into this. So, sure, you can kind of read what cards are coming up if you can read my nasty cursive handwriting, but without further ado, it's just because we have quite a few of them, and it's just because a lot of people tend to have them. It is another Ancient Mew, ungraded, however. It is, again, the English version, because it has a thicker border. I guess the issue... Oh, no, it looks like it has good centering, so the centering looks good. For the most part, I would say almost every less ancient meal I've ever held, as long as it's not damaged by the user, all the like actual manufacturing part, they did a really good job. I haven't found one that's like beat up because of manufacturing in terms of centering. Now there is a little curve on the corner there, but it's not whiting and it's not a scratch or anything. And the centering looks pretty good. I don't know how hard that dent's going to take it. Our guess is a 9 to 10. Now we're guessing in various grade ranges, because this is to help us later down the road in terms of did we guess right, to help us send more raw cards in to the PSA. However, for y'all, you're just guessing in hopes that maybe we'll do a prize for if you guess right. So make sure you're guessing the grades in those comments. Next, it's really funny. I always thought Arbok was cool. However, he has always definitely been super underpowered, and that's fine. I'm certain his playability is probably pretty cool. I haven't played the game in a long time, and granted, I don't plan on playing with any of my vintage cards. I keep saying I might play again. There's a little swirl, but I wonder what has the light on him, because it's dark out and he has a spotlight on him. So I wonder what actually is happening in this scene. Now it looks like there's a little scratch there on the hollow foil, but nothing insane. It's mostly pretty well done. There's some minor damage to the back, although the centering's a little off. We're just going to guess a straight flat 9 for this card and hope for the best. Now, understand, and I've heard it from other YouTubers, you can get 10s even with there being some issues. Oh, the other thing too, while you're guessing and grading, let me know if you see any misprints. Granted, I'm going to take a secondary look when I go to type up the actual PSA form for these cards, but I'm just doing a quick look. This is really only my second take at these cards. Now this Blossom looks like it's perfect. It's a little weird. I've never seen such a border like this where it actually it's like the card art decreases away from the border. Other than that, though, it's still pretty cool. Really cool. Ooh, so there is an itty bitty crease that is going to affect it. I don't know how hard that crease is going to hit. It's so funny because you hold it so many angles and you don't see it until, boom, you tilt it up that way, and then it's really apparent. This is why using good light is so important. There is some damage on the back, so now we're getting more down into the 7s to 8s. Now we're going to do, and it's just because we're still learning, we're going to do a 2-grade guess for this. We're going to do between 7 and 9. I originally thought 10, but that crease kind of hit, and the back was not in perfect condition. So we're going to guess 7 and 9. 9 is obviously being hopeful. 7 is probably being a little over dramatic, and 8's probably more right on the money. This is probably one of my coolest cards, in my opinion, or, the coolest way they've done Gyarados. I prefer this over red Gyarados, just because they got them, they have, like, the whole body on the art. It's got a great hollow foil pattern. Gyarados mainly takes up the whole thing. He's got some crazy stats. He's 21 feet long, 518 pounds. He could easily just one bite Charizard. Charizard's only like 5 foot something, so it's nuts. Well, there's an itty bitty swirl out there in the back. That's awesome. But the pattern to me is really cool. Centering's a little off left to right. Top to bottom's pretty fine. And also, this is Misty's Gyarados. Okay, so it's like there's not really whiting, but like a miscut on the corner that does get graded against. At least I know by BGS. I'm certain PSA is the same way. Really, the overall card's pretty good. I'm going to guess, and believe it or not, even with centering off, you can still get a 10. So we're going to guess between 9 and 10. 10's obviously being hopeful, but, that's the point. Let's be a little hopeful. I'm not really going to be hurt. For me, also, as I said, this is more educational for me and for everyone else watching this in terms of what to expect for when you get your cards graded. Alright, next one also. I really liked the Misty series, believe it or not, for, the Gym series. I thought Misty's, really liked all of the trainers' Pokemon. I thought it was really cool. It added extra touch. There's like double swirl on top of each other. Near mirror finish, some minor scratches, nothing super deep, and not a lot of them. Centering looks fine. Centering looks great, actually. The back still looks pretty good, so that's pretty clean. We're going to guess just 10 and see where that goes. And then, wow, that is some serious swirl, though. That is 2 separate swirls on top of each other. If you hear that pounding in the audio, that is my daughter jumping up and down on the first floor. We are in the basement. She is really going at it. Oh well, burn them calories. Okay. Giovanni's Nidoking. I wouldn't say it's my least favorite of the gym series. I would just say, I don't know. He's trying to look menacing, but really he looks like he just got punched in the face. There's not a lot going on here. He's like kind of in the desert, I guess. Centering's okay. Border's a little heavy up top, but it's also a little heavy up on the bottom, and same for left to right, but since it's all the same, pretty much good centering. How's the back? These are some really good cards. That's not whiting, that's just the penny sleeve. Yeah, so this looks like another 10. I'm not trying to be over hopeful. I think my guesses are fairly accurate. It just takes the PSA forever. I went on a rant in a previous video to this one in terms of the PSA needs to get their shit together. They're straight up just kind of, telling customers we don't give a shit about you. They're really only worried about providing to the people who are paying at least $50 per card to be graded. If you aren't doing that, they don't give a shit. And it's really what it is. It's pretty much what the response to me was today via email. It always starts to see, so like, mirror finish on the camera, but as I pull it a little bit closer and move it around, there's a little bit of minor scratches. Always starts to see, but other than that, still pretty close to near perfect. The centering is still pretty good. I'm not a master of centering though by any means, or a master of getting cards graded. This is a new thing for me. Okay, so it's kind of funny when the front looks better than the back for centering. You figure it'd be the same all around. There's a little bit of nickel whiting. We're just going to guess 9, and then look, as I move it, there's a little bit of, I guess, minor, super minor, some sort of liquid to water damage right there. I'll just go ahead and guess 9, call it a day on that one. I'm feeling more accurate with my guesses. Granted, these have been some easier cards. There hasn't been anything too out of the ordinary, too, much craziness. Oh, and I think I mentioned it, by the way. So if I didn't, I mentioned that, we're going to send that fossil Mew into BGS. This is the card that we're going to use to replace it in that order. So if, when that set of 20 come back and we do that video and you guessed a grade for that fossil Mew, we'll still count it based later on what the BGS gives us. But just understand that you're not having a stroke. We're replacing that fossil Mew with this ancient Mew as long as we don't damage this Mew in the process of breaking open this case. Sorry, a little minor intermission. Muck's okay. Really not my favorite Pokemon. I don't know a lot of people that like Muck, to be honest. I think his abilities are pretty good. I think Toxic Gas, ignore all Pokemon powers other than Toxic Gases. His power stops working. It just kind of stops their Pokemon powers. Oh well. There's some minor scratches. It's nothing super nuts. Bordering's pretty fine. Yeah, not really any whiting. We'll say 9 to 10. Again, if you see any misprints that I'm missing, please let me know in the comments. It definitely helps me save some time on some stuff. Okay, so this next one, originally when I was sending cards in, as you know, I wasn't taking any time to pull cards out of their special extra sleeves. Well, I want to see the backs anyways, and I have a little pile of penny sleeves here. Now, it still doesn't benefit me, because I don't really have a reason to keep these. So, what I am going to do for y'all, and I've been starting to save them now, and I'm going to start doing these for my giveaways as well. And so, yeah, let's take the extra time on this video for me to pull this out completely. And then we're going to throw this this Charizard sleeve over to the side to save for later. Get a penny sleeve ready. I'll take a closer look at this guy. This is probably one of the coolest Machamps out of all of the Machamps. I don't think there's any Machamp cooler than this one, really. I've seen quite a few of them. I haven't seen all of them. Out of the vintage ones, for sure. There's no way there's a Machamp cooler than this one. I wish they would have made one cooler than this one, or just a Machamp really cool in general, because Machamp is really actually, and people discredit it because Machamp's just kind of like a whatever Pokemon. He's just muscular. He's like, whatever. He's got arms and he's muscular. There's a lot of whiting here and there. I'd say probably an 8. But the thing with Machamp is you gotta think for like all the kids, this was like mainly their first holo, and then on top of that, not this one, but like the base set Machamp, and then on top of that, he was like your first edition. He was this muscular like Pokemon who just looked like he was ready to take on the world. He had like seismic speed hands because his hollow foil for the original is like a million punches going on around him. This is really like it's kind of sad that like Machamp's just kind of overlooked when like he's almost in every set, and I think he's actually really playable. I think as I said, it's been a long time since I've played Pokemon. Oh, Ampharos. And Ampharos is kind of cool, although I don't really think this is the coolest holofoil background because there just isn't much going on. I feel as though there should be a lot more going on in this background. And for some reason, people really like Ampharos. Okay, so the boarding left to right is not great. It's definitely off center. It's probably going to rate down to a 9 just off that because it is fairly atrocious centering. Same with the back. Everything else looks to be in order. We're just going to say 9. Looks like it's a little bit too off-centering to be a 10. But yeah, a lot of people get really hyped over Ampharos. I think he's okay. I don't know. He looks almost like he could be a water electric type. He's got like fins and like, I don't know, I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. I wonder if they have done that. I don't know all the Pokemon. There's a swirl here. I just don't like dark background Pokemon for the most part. They don't really capture a lot. There's some speckle here, and I mean, I guess the good news is it's like a multicolor speckle, and like you can see like the red, green, and blue and stuff. But other than that, there's not a lot going on for that card. Alright, so another one. This one isn't a super special one, but as again, since I have to pull it out for the video anyways, we're going to go ahead and we are going to separate it from this sleeve, put it in a standard penny sleeve, and we'll use this as another giveaway sleeve. So this is a GX. Even though to me, oh, he is a shiny ball. That was weird. So I ran with someone else who had one very similar, but theirs wasn't SV. Interesting. So he is a shiny. Everything looks fine. There's no misplaced roller marks. Now I have a hard time grading these newer cards in terms of all the extra stuff they added to them. Now obviously the centering's perfect. The border's pretty much even all the way across. On the back, fairly the same. Really clean cut. This should be a 10 easy. So we're gonna go ahead and put him in this penny sleeve. Put him back in his top loader. It's a little difficult. Gotta be careful. Don't want to damage him at the top. And I'm trying. There's a few Pokemon that are actually kind of just like objects now, and I don't know. If you're gonna do that, you should just make them ghost type Pokemon. Just like always possessing something. Oh, yeah, we have another shiny, and it is also in another little special sleeve, so we're going to go ahead. Now, even if we don't do this as giveaways, we plan to do them as giveaways, but what we might also do is when we give away a card or something, we may just slip it into one of these sleeves as well. So you might get a card, and you might get one of those sleeves. We'll see. Okay, and so this is a Gibble. Little bit off-centering, very minor. Yeah, very minor. Everything else looks to be really in order. Still pretty good on the back too. We're going to put 9 to 10. It's just the centering is a little weird. It's not like it's major off. It just doesn't seem right. Give me a second. I got old man eyes here trying to put these things back into all these tiny little slits. Okay, so 9 to 10. Next one's a cool card in my opinion. Because the Pokemon's actually doing something. It's Houndoom Howling. I'll try and pull him out. Now, there is some minor scratches on his hollow foil, but it's really nothing super, super atrocious. It looks like he's kind of in hell, because it's like the hollow foil stops here, and there's like, this kind of fire going on. Centering looks pretty fantastic. But yeah, there's definitely some minor scratches. But it's always nice not to see there isn't a huge amount of whiting. Looks like there's some minor whiting. Yeah, some minor. Nothing crazy. Centering on the back is a little worse. We're going to guess 8 to 9. Just as there's the scratches on the hollow foil and a little bit of whiting. But other than that, it's pretty minor. So we'll say 8 to 9. Oh, and here comes my furnace yet again. I will try and talk over it. I am sorry. Alright, another special case, Zamazenta case. So we're gonna go ahead. I say case, but sleeve. My bad, guys. If you haven't seen the premium box for Zashi and Zamazenta, it does look pretty dope. I had the opportunity to buy one, but I didn't. Really don't. Everything looks to be ordered on this one too. In my opinion, for Zacian and Zamazenta, really the one thing I think they should have done different is they should have made Zacian like a cat and kept Zamazenta a dog. Just because cats tend to be the ones that scratch, and Zacian's the one with the sword, and dogs tend to be more loyal and try and protect you from things. So, and Zamazenta is the shield one, so they should have kept Zamazenta, the exact same, and maybe turn Zacian more into like a cat-looking thing instead of them both looking like the exact same dog. Just one has a shield for a neck, and the one carries a sword in its mouth, like Zoro. We're just gonna say 10 for him. And we got another shiny and another special case, so we're gonna go ahead and pull this out. It's the Zekrom Pikachu case. Sleeve. Sorry, I keep saying case. I don't know why I keep doing that. I guess because I'm just used to penny sleeves being sleeves, and these are just a little bit thicker and nicer, so to me they just feel like cases. Now I am seeing a little bit of like dirt up top. Oh, it came off. Nothing serious. Everything else seems to be in order. Border seems fantastic. I thought they put a little bit extra time into these shiny cards, which is good. I'm going to guess 10 for this one as well. Now, even though a 10 is nice, for some of these cards like these ones, this specific Pokemon doesn't have a high collectability. It may be something we have to sit on for a while. We don't really want to have to sit on our things, but, we will if we have to. Hold on, change my foot position. Alright, so I obviously got this one, I don't know, you can say for a deal or not. I feel as though I did. Once again, he's in a special little sleeve, so we're going to go ahead and pull him out of this sleeve. We're going to try and pull him out of this sleeve. Come on. There we go. To me, he's a cool Pokemon. I don't know a lot about him. I know he's one of the box-themed Pokemons. So, Necrozma. Looks to be in really, really, really good shape. Looks like there's a scratch going right up and down vertically between him, but other than that, pretty cool card. Bordering seems fine. Off a little bit top to bottom. It's a little bit weird all over here. I don't know, we'll say 8 to 9. Oh, they put the description down here. It looked somehow pained as it rages around in search of light, which serves as its energy. It's apparently from another world. And wow, I didn't even notice this till now. Even the card itself has like a little sort of a hollow foil going on, so that's pretty dope. So we're gonna go ahead and penny sleeve that. We're gonna guess between 8 to 9. Really should score a 9, but that bordering in the back, whew, it is all over the place. So 8 to 9 for him. Now this next one for me is one of the coolest series, because when I saw this, I think the first one I saw, the vending series, I think was in a magazine years ago, and it was a vending Chauncey, I believe. So ever since then, I've always loved coming across the vending series, which is this, this is the vending series logo. And so we just got Abra hanging out in the tree. I really love the fact that they did like a whole bunch of scenery for this one, and I think almost all the vending series cards have like a lot more going on in them. They're definitely for their art. They weren't to be played. I mean, they do have abilities, attacks, and health and stuff, and there's a lot of gloss to this. This is such a fantastic card. Look at that. You can actually see the outline of my light up top. The centering's a little off left to right. Top to bottom's pretty much the same. That is just how much gloss. Man, that is an insane... They put so much work into this. The centering's off. I'm going to say 9 to 10, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with the rest of the card. And as I said in the past, it makes it a little bit easier because it's also not a hollow. I don't know if they make hollow vending cards, to be honest, though. I think they probably want it, because they probably don't want people going to the vending machines and literally just buying out all the hollows. Got another vending one. Now these vending ones aren't, these ones, you know, Caterpie and Abra are not super highly collectible. However, these vending cards are fairly nice. They're really kind of hard to find, in my opinion. Once again, pretty much the exact same condition. I got these cards together. I thought there was some damage, but it was actually just my thumbprint staining the back of the card. Shouldn't be an issue. You can see it's my thumbprint. I'm just going to guess 9 to 10 for this one as well. This one looks a little bit better in terms of centering, but we're just going to say 9 to 10, since it's pretty much the exact same as the other one in terms of condition. They really should both be 10s, but we'll see. I got a Dialga X. He is in a little bit of a different sleeve, so we're going to pull that sleeve to the side. Alright, so he does have some scratches here and there all around him. Makes it a little bit hard for me to try and figure out what to put him down as. Oh, he's got some whiting in that corner. Oof. And the centering's off. Ooh, I'm going to say 5 to 7. A little swirl. But yeah, there's a lot of scratches going on. Okay, well, we'll say 5 to 7. Definitely would have wanted to have gotten more, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Hopefully this next one we end strong. Okay, so last one, fellas. Oh, looks like we might make it right at the 30-minute mark. I'll try not to announce really anything else after this. This will just be the end of it. It's very rare for me to not keep stammering on. Kingdra, Neogenesis, English looks really nice. Super minor scratches in the hull foil. Other than that, mainly mirror finish, which is really nice. Centering looks pretty fantastic. A little bit bigger on the left. A little bit of whiting there. It's unfortunate. I think whiting's one of the things that just kind of gets you in the grading card community. Other than that, I think it looks pretty fine. We're just going to guess a flat 9. See how that goes. So yeah, that's it. Keep your eyes open for some of our other videos. And I know everyone kind of wants some more giveaways. I know people are waiting on their giveaways, so I guess that will be a little rant on this. We are dealing with a little bit of a mailing situation. We still have everyone's addresses and giveaways. I'm working also with Davey Pokey. He won the 150 sub giveaway. However, he did not know that we don't typically mail outside the continental United States. However, he is Canada, and Canada's really not that difficult for me to mail to, so I'm working that one out. But yes, and I just don't put it on every last giveaway video because it's just an extra part that I have to add to it. Maybe I'll start copying and pasting it into the description of every last one. We do not ship out of the continental United States, not because we dislike any of the other or 2 remaining states or any foreign country. It is simply a matter of the cost of the shipping. There's other things we'll allow. You know, if you can still compete being out of continental United States, and if you win, we'll let you pick a random address we send it to. Like we don't give you selection. You just tell us an address to send it to. That's within the continental United States. Or you can even pick one of the other people who are on the channel or commented or played the game for that episode, whatever you want to do, and we'll send it to them. We just will not ship it outside the continental United States. I'm making a small exception for Davey Pokey due to it being Canada. It's really not going to be too difficult. It's not going to be out of our budget at all. And I haven't said it in a while, but I'm going to probably start copying and pasting it in the description of the giveaway videos that we do not mail outside the continental United States for now. As we grow, that will probably change. We don't mean to cut people out. As I said, still, if you want to play the game, if you win, not a huge deal. We just can't ship the prize to you, but maybe you have a friend who can get it to you, and we can ship it to them, as long as they're in the continental United States. Alright, so this was my PSA quest of 20. This was the 5th set of 20. So we are at 100 cards, but we're going to keep doing some more, and we're going to send all of our cards in at once to the PSA. Hopefully they don't get lost in the mail. And I thank you for watching. Bye.